This is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a marvelous day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. Once in a while, something comes across my Twitter page that stirs a reaction in me. Sometimes it's anger, sometimes it's frustration, sometimes it's laughter, sometimes it's just downright crazy. And then occasionally there's something that comes across my page, not necessarily funny, but it makes me smile. So this happened yesterday. I was going through my Twitter page, just reading along, and I ran across something that made me smile. This is the British-born actor John Boyega, and a few days ago he was interviewed by Charlemagne on The Breakfast Club. Charlemagne apparently questioned him about an interview he had done with British GQ magazine in which he said he only dates black. I'm going to read part of the interview because I think it's profound. "I only date black," said Boyega. "Then it's about chemistry, personality, goals. Is there a synergy? Can I help you? Can you help me?" With that revelation, he also shared that privacy is important to him because of his role as a public figure. Boyega also discussed discipline and said that he is particular about the type of women that he associates with. He also spoke of his parents' influence. He's of Nigerian descent, and these are his parents. He said, "There's nothing this world can do in terms of pressure to make me be inspired by anything else but my parents." He also spoke about growth and priorities. "I'm 30 now. From 28, I just worked on getting peace and getting myself together. Moving with honesty and transparency, no misleading, no lying, and being devoted to what I commit myself to." Clearly, this is an intelligent young man, and he is successful. He is starring in The Woman King with Viola Davis, and he plays King Gizo. The Boyega family belongs to the Yoruba tribe of Nigeria, which likely gives him the firm foundation that he seems to stand on. For instance, this man speaks of discipline, and I'm sure he has made some sacrifices along the way. But the thing that stands out is when he says, "There's nothing that this world can do in terms of pressure to make me be inspired by anything else but my parents." This statement lets us know that number one, his parents did right by him, and number two, he accepted his parents' teachings. And that alone would be enough for me. If he hadn't said anything else in this interview, that would be enough for me. So he's saying, I'm not going to succumb to peer pressure. I'm not going to do something just because somebody else is doing it. I'm more concerned about what my parents think than I am about what my homies think. For parents to just be able to do that with their children, to me, makes them a success. Because really, that's what he's saying. I'm more influenced by my parents than by my peers. So all of this was good. It was all well and good. He sounded really good and grounded and everything. But that's not what got him in trouble. This is what got him in trouble. This handsome, accomplished, and wealthy young black man had the audacity to say, "I only date black," and Twitter went wild. Given that this is a black man, that shouldn't have been all that surprising. And what I found confounding was so many black men coming on trying to chastise him. I understand white women going after black men if they say they only date black women. I understand black women going after white men if they say they only date white women. That's what women do in this generation that we're living in. But for men to go after other men because of their dating choices, that just sounds suspicious to me. I mean, why are you concerned about what another man does? It's one thing for women to be catty. It's another thing for men to just be all up in other men's business about what they choose to do with their lives. So that was one of the things that I found interesting. One thing I found surprising was this black woman coming on and offering this point of view. The woman said, this woman Ada said, John Boyega saying he dates only black women isn't a problem. Double standards are a problem. If a white actor said they only dated white women, many would not defend his right to have preferences. They would call him racist. The rules have to stay consistent. That's all. This sounds like a black woman who dates white men. So she wants everybody to say they date everybody else. So I guess she can be comfortable. But Jamel Hill came back and said, John Boyega affirmed black women. The rules can't be consistent because the treatment of black women isn't consistent. We often aren't affirmed as desirable. Also, when some black men state they date other races, they make sure to list the undesirability of black women as the reason. Now that's one part of the conversation. What's being overlooked is that this came up in a conversation. This man was not on social media just screaming out, we date. He just stated a preference because he was questioned about it. And another thing is that white men generally do not get on public platforms discussing their dating preferences. They don't say, I only date white women. They just do it because that's the natural thing to do. And they also don't get on public platforms screaming about not dating white women and then going over everything that they find wrong with white women as to why they don't date white women. So you can't ever bring white men into a conversation about black men because white men and black men don't think alike and they don't operate the same. So this interview with John Boyega was refreshing, and it did affirm black women, that he finds black women attractive and that's who he's going to choose for a mate. So that was affirming. Now I thought John Boyega was as clear as he could be about what he had to say, but there was one in the manosphere who wanted to clear things up and set the record straight, and to douse any hope of an African American woman dating John Boyega by saying he's of Nigerian descent and he's talking about dating Nigerian women from his own culture and blah, 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 blah. And to that I say, it doesn't matter. If he's dating a Nigerian woman, great. In the Western Hemisphere, in the United States of America, where we live, whiteness has been elevated as the standard of beauty and desirability. So if he dates and marries a Nigerian woman, that's still affirming blackness. And as far as the general public is concerned, optics matter. What it looks like matters. Well, what I find most inspiring, and he didn't even say this, is that by choosing a black partner, he is saying, I like myself and I'm not afraid or ashamed to father children that look like me. So John Boyega has won my vote for Gentleman of the Year. And the movie, The Woman King, is the top grossing movie for this week, September 18th, 2022. I just saw that on internet news. Congratulations to the cast and crew and all involved in making The Woman King. So I hope the movie continues to do well, and I hope he continues to do well, and I hope people will leave him alone because he stated his preference and that's his right just like everybody else's. Okay, let me know what you think about the video. Subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share the video, and as always, have a great day.